Hello traders, John at StockBookie.com. Today we're looking at the SPY, the IWM, the Qs, the DIA, the IYT, and the USO. So let's get right into the SPY. We're going to look at the daily, weekly, monthly time frames, and we're going to use technical analysis here at StockBookie.com. So again, right at the end of the day, we'll go to the 10-minute. Pop goes the weasel, probably some short covering, a little helping hand, a little buy program. They popped it above, close it right above the 20 MA. It's just like magic. Every day, every time frame, they close it above. But now, 10 minutes below, 60-minute almost, and this is the other reason we bounced. It came right into the 20 or 200 moving average on the hourly chart. They bounced it. Little bottoming tail. We'll see if we get some follow through up into this area. We'll short again, or maybe they just push it up to the moon and we get to the all-time high. They, meaning the Fed backstop, a buy program overall, and they keep going. But we're looking for a gap down. And let's see if we can get past this 200 MA on the hourly. Let's get right into the daily. Again, above the moving averages, bullish, bullish. It's trying to hold up. We've been talking about if this thing doesn't break out, it's going to take the path of least resistance, which is down. And that's what it seems, at least today, that it might be doing. So we got to keep an eye. If we close below the 20 MA and the 382 retrace around 217.55, we can start heading down. We possibly will fill the gap around 216.26. And then definitely we're going down to 213.78. We'll follow the pattern, see if it sets up in a bearish May and goes down, or maybe it retraces back up and makes an all-time high. So each day, it will give us a new piece of the puzzle. Weekly chart. Weekly looks like an umbrella top to me. Doji, spinner. Now we're looking weak. Let's see if we can close above or below the 217.01. Then I think we're on to the downside on the weekly, at least a 211 or 210.87, 20 MA. If we crack through that, we're definitely going back down to 204. And then I'd say this trend line right around 198, this low pivot here, which is 198.69. Monthly that we were saying we want to see it close above this big green candle. We want to see some follow through. If we don't get that and this thing comes back and closes below the high, then we're looking for more downside. Or if it does close on top, I still want to see more push, a little more volume, a little more conviction. And then I think the high 223 to 225 at the most. So if you're not short the SPY, short it up there. If you're not short, add half position. If it moves up, add the second half. Use 225, 226 as a stop out or so. You could go a little bit wider, but it depends on what your risk reward would be. Again, we're looking for a close above the high. If it reverses and comes back in, this is a monthly chart, so we have another week. We could get a doji on the monthly. We had a doji here, but at this point, markets are tired. We need a pullback, just like the IBB. And that was a bloodbath today. That was some epic action in that one. Qs, same thing. Bullish pattern. Well, actually, this tried to break out, came back in. A little bit of a topping tail. Chopping, try to get above the 750 retrace. Small Fibonacci levels here. Went into the 20 MA, bounced back up, stayed above them. Still in a bullish stance, but if this thing closes below the 20 MA, then we're going to look at for more downside. I'm thinking right in here around the 115.68. If this area here, 114.22 cracks, we're going down to the 50 MA around 112 or so, and then we'll reevaluate this chart. These are charts. You take the staircase up and then boom, elevator down, and this thing just cruises. I still think we're getting to the 108 area, and I still believe we could fill this gap right in here, and then ultimately go to about 102, 101 bucks, double bottom. Then they'll come right back and we'll go straight up again. Maybe. We got buy the dip mentality still programmed in, especially right here. It just, every time it dips, it goes straight up, and everyone just, oh my gosh, buy the dip, buy the dip. Buy the dip until it doesn't happen, and when it doesn't, they're going to flush this thing. I mean, it just like the IBB, just killed everybody. Weekly chart, still above the all-time high, 115.61. I want to see this thing close above the 118.78. Until then, I don't believe this thing's going up. We're slowly puttering out. Now we have a doji. If we close below 116.38 and then confirm, we're going down. That's it. Especially now. I mean, we had 9 weeks of straight up. They're killing the shorts. That's their goal in life. Yellen and her and her crew, even Bernanke too. That was his thesis. Just get the shorts. Everyone believes it's a strong market. Everything will buy houses and cars and go shopping, and it will be great until it, again, the trend is your friend until the end, and then boom, right in your face. It's been a long day, guys, and this trend here, up, 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 and away on zero volumes, just not good for the markets. Again, monthly chart, we're above the high of the 115.90 till we close in a week from now or so. We'll see if we close above this green candle. If not, we're looking for a close above or below 119.90. And then we'll reevaluate this chart. This is a monthly, so little short term, a little bit tougher, but long term, I want to see a close above the all-time high and some continuation. And then I think this Qs can go higher. Right now, big money is net short the Qs. So if they're net short, time's almost up for this one. IWM, same thing. Bullish pattern, tried to break out. Bullish pattern, tried to break out. Came right in, hit the 20 MA, bounce, boom, boom, boom. Almost actually broke out, but again on no volume. But a nice engulfing reversal candle closed below the low of the high of yesterday. Now we're looking for some follow through. I think we're coming right back to the 122.05 area. If we close below the 20 MA, then it's on. We'll fill this gap. We'll come into these low pivots, and it's gap, gap, gap fill. There it's gap fill, gap fill, gap fill. Gap fill and gap fill. I think we're heading down, and man, it's going to get ugly. It's just going to be like the IBB when there's light volume and just nothing happening. Market makers moving the market, and all of a sudden you get everybody running for the exits. Boom, shaka. Boom, shaka. Weekly. Yeah, gee, it's like I'm like a broken record. Umbrella top, have a couple spinners. This time, if this thing closes down in the 122 area, we're going to have a nice little topping tail. And it kind of reminds me like this one when this was trying to claw its way up, and we were actually, I kept saying, if we don't get above the 50 MA, this thing's going down, and all of a sudden, clop, boom, boom. Getting back up. We are above the moving averages, so it is a strong stance, but we never got above the all-time high. In every video that I've made in the last 2.5 weeks, if you're not leading, or the IWM, if this is not leading, not good for the markets. So we're going to see if this is true. We got 2 more days on this close. It's going to be interesting next couple days, let's put it that way. Monthly, still again, not above the all-time highs, right into this 123.43 area. Can't get above it. 7 weeks or 7 months up. It's time. It's time. That's it. IWM's looking tired. DIA. DIA was interesting. We don't really follow this one. I mean, we do, but we don't. It's only 30 stocks in this. It's a weighted index. I mean, one stock could be up and the whole index is up, so it's not really. I'm making videos because people are asking me about the DIA. This was interesting. We closed below the 20 MA. I'm surprised they didn't save it. I mean, kind of like here and then pop, pop, and then boom, right above. But let's see if we get some follow through. We closed below this one, then we're going to confirm, and I think we're going right to this little double bottom here around 182.31. We make it through this 50 MA, it's on. We're going right to this 200 MA right down in here, right around 175.08. We're going to fill this gap, and we might even go lower at 170.29 area. This little move from the Brexit, and then they held it up forever. They just killed anyone who bought a put down here. They got murdered. Even if you went 2-3 months out, if you went out to December, maybe January, you'd have some, maybe a little bit of luck. But right here, could have wrote puts, and you could even write calls right here too. Either or. I mean, they're just puttering away. If this market dumps, it's payday. Weekly, nice bullish consolidation. But we had to try to break out. It got above the high, reversal. Now we closed below this candle. That's bearish to me. Still in a bullish stance, but I think it's more bearish. Oh, gosh. It's light volume again. It's just chopping around on nothing, guys. It's running out of steam. So if you're long the markets, tighten the stops. Just be prepared. If we close below this 183.37 on a monthly chart, this thing's weak. Again, I want to see follow through. Why isn't this? We got up, kind of went up, kind of puttering out, volume disappearing, and now we're making a little doji here. We can't even get above the all-time high and close. I mean, we have another week. I don't think we're going to get it unless Yellen says something so dovish and everybody comes in and just, holy cow, this is great again. And then the CNBC hype machine starts getting these things going, just like the IBB. They were hyping that, the mergers, Biogen. I think Pfizer did something, all this stuff, and then they're blaming it on Hillary. It's hilarious. It's Hillary. She made everything go down. No, it's called it's time's up for the biotechs. Period. Every time it went up and they tried to get this, getting the biotechs, it's taken off, it goes back. Getting the biotechs is taken off, it comes back. It's getting the biotechs, finally they get it above these certain areas, and then boom, right in your face. I'm sorry. It's been a long day, guys. Let's look at the IYT. The IYT, until we get above this 20 MA and this 143.60 on the monthly chart, it is consolidating in a bullish manner. It's still an inside bar bearish. I still think we're going down. Let's get into the daily. Daily again, volume disappearing. We had a good volume here. They're trying to pop it up. You know, I don't know what news they had. They had something, but on the Dow Jones Transports itself, it cannot get above 8,000. If it's not going to get above 8,000 and confirm, not good. This is another one. Lagging indicator. Why isn't this thing making highs? IYT and the IWM should be leading the way, not lagging the way. Again, lagging. We can't even get above the high pivot of the 144.24 area. And now we're just chopping around, doing nothing basically on no volume. It's pretty pathetic. Weekly chart, inside bar, we are above the MAs. We are trying to break out. If we get below these moving averages and this 382 retrace, we are going down. If you are bullish on this, you need to get above 144.54 and this high pivot of 145.85. And then really, where are you going? You have all this resistance up in here. So if you are long this, start protecting it. If it gets up into this area, you want to get the heck out. If you are short the IYT right here, make sure you have enough to add more if it does possibly get into the 150 area, which I doubt it, but it's still alive, this one. And then the monthly, like I said, till we get above the 144, 145, 20 MA, this is curling down on price, not good. If it does end up going down, we're looking at 130.80. And ultimately, if the SPY and everything else starts to sell, I think we're going right here or right in here, about 119 to the 114 area. But again, each day the markets close, it's a new piece of the puzzle. So we gotta respect that. Markets are still buoyant, but man, it is time, and the biotechs are just talking to us. USO, this is another one. You get all the bulls on. I mean, you get this run. It hits this, pulls back. Everyone goes short again. Boom, right in your face. We start shorting up into this area here, and it hits the 200, the 50 MA. We added more up in here. Everyone, oh, Iran and the talking heads are, oh, they're going to slow down output. We promise. I mean, that's what I think they're saying. And then we start pulling back because the markets are starting to look weak. We came back right into the moving averages. You know what? Let's stick this in there. Stick a fib. Again, 382. We tried recapturing that. It got above it. The 750 retrace. It's like magic. Boom, right to that. If it's not the 618, it's the 750. Pulls back. But I want to stick. Hold on here. I want to stick a fib from here just to see where we retrace back into. Yeah, look at that. 382. So if this 382 and these moving averages don't hold, we're going straight back down to 1037 on the USO. And if we crack through this, we're going to come down, fill this gap, and go lower. I still think the USO is going lower. The big time frame, or bigger, weekly, right to the 50 MA. We added our last short here, and boom, going down. Now we're closing below the 50 MA today, but this is the weekly chart, so we got to see at the end of the week. Inside bar, we're looking for a close below the 1060 area, and I think the USO could possibly come down and fill the gap, and then keep going lower. But you know, great area support. RBC starts hyping up oil. Oh my gosh, going up, going up. Someone needed higher prices. They're unloading. I mean, Goldman came out and said, oh, oil's overdone, beware. But we'll see. Weekly chart, and then the monthly. Monthly still in a bearish pattern. I still think we're going down to 646, or definitely the double bottom at 767. All right, guys, that's enough for today. It's been a great day, great scalps. We held a couple overnight, and we're in a bunch of swings as well. Again, thanks for watching my videos. God bless. See you on the charts.